Now, a couple weeks ago, my sister asked me a question. She asked, how in the heck do you keep those cameras from shaking around when you're filming video outside? Now, I thought to myself, this might be a good idea for a video to show all of you how I do it, in case you're wondering how to do that too. Now, there's a lot of different cameras you can use. You can use a full-size DSLR, or in this case, kind of a mid-size, or you can use even a little Sony Bloggie camera. But in this video, I'm going to try and show you how I do that. Hopefully it'll be helpful to you, so stay tuned. Alright, so the basic principle I was talking about in stabilizing video when you're shooting a video in motion is to have a counterbalance. Now, if you don't have a really expensive stabilizing monopod or tripod that has stabilizers on it, what you can basically do is just improvise with a regular tripod. Now, there's several ways to do this. This is just one way to do it, and it's the way that I do with this particular tripod. Now, you can see this is a typical 3-leg tripod. Each leg does not move up all the way. When I say that, it doesn't extend all the way out. Now, ideally, if you can find a tripod that does this, this would be the most effective way to use a counterbalance method. But this works pretty well for the type of light cameras that I use. And basically what you want to do is you want to look at your tripod. Okay, you got the camera attached to the head right here of the tripod. You can see where the camera's attached there. And if you think about it, this camera has a little bit of weight to it, okay? And if you were to look at this whole tripod here, you would be able to realize that if you hold it in a very neutral place, neutral meaning where the camera weight equals the weight of the other side of the tripod, then you would be able to realize that by using a counterbalance method, you can actually use the weight of the camera and the weight of the tripod to hold the camera steady. Now, I'll go ahead and throw in some sample shots using a point and shoot camera of me using this method. But the basic principle is that you hold the tripod in a certain area to where when you're holding it in that spot with just a couple fingers, or even with your hand, as you're moving along like this, you can see that the camera's not bouncing. Now, I'll roll in some videos of me doing this, but that's the basic principle of it. You want to find the spot on your tripod where you can hold it and feel that the camera and the other end of the tripod balances out to where it doesn't move. Now, every tripod is going to be different. You can see I'm holding it here and the tripod's kind of moving like that. If I hold it up here, it moves the other way. So there's kind of like a sweet spot where you can hold it to where it doesn't move hardly at all. So if you're walking forward or backwards, or you're panning around to the side like this, if you have the correct spot, the camera doesn't move horizontally or even vertically as much. Now, another way that I like to do it is, let's say you want to film something, you want to film yourself, and you want to hold the tripod out in front of you. Let me get my tripod adjusted here. But you want to get your camera adjusted, and you also want to use that same method of somewhat of a counterbalance. When you're holding the camera out in front of you, you want to find that sweet spot on your tripod to where you can hold the tripod out in front of you and be able to use the tripod's weight and the camera's weight to kind of balance itself out so that it's not moving like this. So anyways, that's just a real simple way to use the counterbalance method. I hope that was helpful to someone. Like I said, I will roll in some videos of me doing this. That's just the basic principle of it. It's all going to depend on the tripod that you have, the weight of the camera that you have. You just want to find that sweet spot to where you hold it and it's able to balance. You can see this particular tripod, each of the legs want to come out, which can create an issue, but you just want to tighten down that part of the tripod if you can, and find that sweet spot where you can balance the tripod. If you have to hold 2 legs and let the bottom one come out, it can be done. Just a real quick tip, you don't have to go out and buy a $1,000 camera stabilizer for video. You can just use your regular tripod and get the job done. So anyways, I'm Seth. Thanks for watching, you guys. Hope you enjoyed the video, and I'll see you guys later.